Amusement parks are full of laughter, fun, excitement, and joy. But when amusement parks are left behind to decay, they just turn into a ghost town of creepy. So if you are easily squeamish to horror, then do not watch this video. Because for today's video, I'm showing you my top 6 creepiest abandoned theme parks from around the world. Let's begin. Number 6. Jazzland, Six Flags, New Orleans. Six Flags New Orleans was briefly known as Jazzland.
Spend the day at Jazzland theme park where the fun is in full blast.
I gotta do that again!
Jazzland in New Orleans on I-10 at the I-510 exit is filled with thrills for the whole family.
Serious ride.
30 incredible rides and spectacular entertainment.
This is great!
Come for the thrills, stay for the fun at Jazzland. Open daily at 10 a.m.
It had the name Jazzland from May 20th, 2000 until March 2002. The Six Flags Company took over on April 12, 2003 and renamed the park to Six Flags New Orleans. 2 years after renaming the park, tragedy struck. On August 23, 2005, a hurricane named Katrina swept across the city of New Orleans, causing destruction and death in its path. Hurricane Katrina went on for 8 days, and to this day, since 2005, some parts of New Orleans are still damaged or flooded by the storm. Six Flags New Orleans was closed and has been closed ever since. Six Flags New Orleans still remains abandoned to this very day, and the park is horribly vandalized. Adventurers have said when they went inside the park, they said they found decapitated clown heads on both the rides and on the ground. They heard the sounds of ghostly laughs and screams in the distance. And finally, they saw alligators and crocodiles swimming in the muddy water rides. The park is guarded 24/7 by the local police department, making trespassing strictly prohibited. Number 5. Pripyat Amusement Park. Pripyat Amusement Park is said to have closed the very day it opened. That's because it's very true. In 1986, the theme park of Pripyat opened, but the day of its opening had the worst timing ever. And that was the same time the Chernobyl power plant exploded. The city and the park is now left to decay. You can visit the abandoned city for short periods of time, but be careful when you do because radiation levels are still dangerously high to this very day. But that doesn't stop daring adventurers or photographers to explore and take pictures of a city frozen in time. The most iconic photo that you will see when you look up this place is the abandoned Ferris wheel, which seems to be everybody's favorite. I don't know why. I just don't know why. You know, since I'm the type of guy who would never say no to a great adventure, honestly, I would do this. I would definitely do this. I would go to Chernobyl for a short period of time, take some cool ass pictures and show my friends. But I will show my friends who are into ghost towns and a bunch of horror stories and all that jazz. So, yeah, on to the next theme park. Number 4. Okpo Land, South Korea. Okpo Land in South Korea pretty much has everything needed to make a great plot for a horror film. Okpo Land has had a dark history of accidents and deaths. After the first death, the park continued to operate. The most infamous death at Okpo Land happened in 1999, when a little girl was thrown off a duck ride and died on impact. After the little girl's death, the park was shut down and the owner mysteriously vanished and was never seen or heard from ever again. Whoever owned the park, one thing is clear: whoever he or she wasn't interested in taking responsibility for the tragedies inside the park. Okpo Land was demolished in 2011 so that a hotel can be constructed on its former location. What pisses me off most about this story is just the owner. Like literally, the owner said fucking nothing. He or she didn't apologize for the deaths or tragedies that happened in the park. Because if you're going to operate a park that just had many fatal accidents, you should literally take responsibility instead of going, oh yeah, you know, everything's okay. Let's just continue to operate, alright?
Oh yeah, and plus, we don't want to lose any money.
Yeah, fuck you. Number 3. Gulliver's Kingdom, Japan. Japan has a large variety of abandoned theme parks in the country, and none comes stranger than Gulliver's Kingdom. Gulliver's Kingdom is exactly what it sounds like. It allowed you, the visitor, to feel like you were in the popular story Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. The park closed in 2001 due to poor ticket sales, and they could have chosen a better location to build a damn theme park. because Gulliver's Kingdom is located right next to Japan's infamous Suicide Forest. Yeah, you should have given your location a bit more thought instead of going like, yeah, fuck it, this looks like a great spot for a fucking theme park. Yeah, to me, that's just kind of lazy, you know? Because building a theme park on a certain location needs to have a lot of thought on where you want to build the damn thing. Oh yeah, and not only was this place located right next to Japan's infamous Suicide Forest, which is literally like a mile away from the park, they also built it right next to where a cult was at that time. Ooh, yeah, no wonder why your ticket sales were poor. Number 2, Takakanonuma Greenland, Hobata, Japan. Located in the hills of the Fukushima Prefecture was once a theme park named Takakanonuma Greenland, and it had the unfortunate fate to be abandoned twice. The first time was the first 2 years when the park was operating, from 1973 to 1975, but in those 2 years, there were several deaths caused by the rides. 11 years later, in 1986, the park was revived and a lot more safer than it was from 1973 to 75, and it closed one last time in 1999, unable to compete with the newer parks opening across Tokyo. Today, you can find images of Takakanonuma Greenland, but the park itself is no longer in the hills of the Fukushima Prefecture because the park has been demolished. Rumor has it from the tragic deaths that happened from 1973 to 1975 were all because of a little girl in a white dress. Was this an everyday customer who went to Takakanonuma Greenland frequently? Or was it something a little bit more bizarre? A restless spirit who wanted to claim as many lives as possible. And finally for number 1, Spreepark, Berlin, Germany. In 1969, Spreepark opened and it was one of Germany's most successful theme parks at that time. The reason why it closed was not because of any accidents or fatalities. Nope, it was just good old insolvency. The owner of the park fled from Germany to Peru because of bankruptcy proceedings, and he took some of the rides along with him. He tried to start up another theme park in Peru, but that did not go so well. He returned to Germany and was later caught smuggling 400 pounds of cocaine in the mast of one of his rides. The owner was sent to prison for 7 years. After his release, he is now said to live on his own in the abandoned Spreepark. You know, just like the story of Okpo, this story also pissed me off too, because, you know, when you have everything, it doesn't mean that you're immortal or you can do whatever you want. And if you do stupid shit like smuggling 400 pounds of pure cocaine in one of your rides, you're obviously gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught no matter what drug you smuggle. You know, I bet the owner is just like looking at his abandoned theme park of something that he once had and he's going like, yep, I had it all. So that concludes my list of my top 6 creepiest abandoned theme parks from around the world. Did I leave any abandoned theme parks out? Let me know in the comment section below and they may be featured in a future video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys liked today's video, give it a like. If you guys have something to say about today's video, give it a comment. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for future nerdy videos. I'm Anime Warlord, and I'll see you guys next time.